Alright, what's up everyone? I'm going to be showing you guys again how to download Informal's macro and use it and set it up, because a lot of people are having trouble with it and I just want to get some things clear. And this is the newest version and some things are a little bit changed, but it should pretty much be exactly the way it was before. So obviously you're going to want to join the Discord. You join the Discord and you can buy it from here. You can go to their website and they offer a bunch of different macros, but the one I'm going to be going over is the anime adventures macro because I don't really play anything else on Roblox. So you could make a ticket or you could go to their link, and they should be all working. So go ahead and go over here to shop link, and if you press the words that say link, it should take you to the shop. Alright, here it is. Make sure you're signed in with your Discord account. Before you're doing this, you're gonna want to make sure you purchase the macro, and then after you could do this. So once you finally purchase the macro, you go over here, and I'm going to be going over the Anime Adventures permanent one. I'm not sure if the monthly is any different. I highly doubt it is. So we're just going to be going over the permanent one. So before you start actually downloading this, just make sure you go to your antivirus and make sure it's turned off. No, this isn't a virus. I've had this for probably a couple months now and absolutely nothing has happened to me, so we're fine. Click yes. So make sure your antivirus is off. Once it's off, then you can come back, click download, and it should start downloading instantly. So once you download it, just open where the folder is and click it, right click it, extract all, and then click extract. Now it's going to pop up with a new folder. You can go there and exit out of both of them. I'm going to show you how to make an exclusion now. That way the file doesn't get deleted when you turn your antivirus back on. So first of all, you're going to want to search up antivirus and it'll take you to your settings, and right here is where we turned off the antivirus. So in order to turn it back on, what we're going to need to do is scroll back down, go to add or remove exclusion, click yes, click adding exclusion, folder, go to downloads and click the one that you just installed. This is the one that I just installed, so I'm going to click this one, click select folder, and that should be good. Now you can go back and you can turn back your antivirus on, and that should be good. You can exit out of this now. So now that we have the file excluded and the file downloaded, what you're going to want to do is claim a key. But basically what you're going to want to do is scroll down to where it says key, which is right here, claim key. And all you're going to want to do is read this. Just make sure to read it. It's just some quick information. So all you're gonna want to do is read this and click get key. Once you already got your key, you're gonna make sure you don't want to forget it, or you could just click view key again. But just click get key and you'll be able to get a key after you made the purchase. So now we're gonna want to open the file. So just double click it again, and then once you double click main, it should come up with the key system. I already have a key, so mine isn't going to show, but it should show for you guys. So every couple days they're adding new things. I'm going to be focusing on the winter event for you guys. But before we do that, I just want to make sure that you guys are doing this properly. So when you double click it, it's going to pop up with a little browser in the middle that says type key. You're just going to want to copy and paste it, or just type it exactly the way it is into the box, and it should work. It should be working. If you double click main, it should open. Yeah, and it opens perfectly. Make sure you have Roblox open before you do this. So now I'm going to teach you guys how you can get configs or how you can make your own. Okay, so now that you typed in your key, you should be ready to do the next step. The next step is making sure you have your Roblox open. So let's go ahead and go back. Open Roblox. Okay, so I just opened Roblox. Now you can go ahead and open the main file, which is by double clicking the main, then you can exit out of the folder, and it should automatically resize you to make your Roblox fit in your window, which it did. Now we're going to be going over the settings that you need to have enabled and disabled in order for this macro to work perfectly. So if we minimize this and we scroll down to where it says AA setup, this is going to teach you exactly what you need to do. That way you can start with the macro. So make sure you scroll all the way up. So now these are the window settings. Just make sure your resolution is 1920 by 1080. You can check this by going to your settings and going to display, and it should show your display settings. And make sure your color settings are default. Now we're going to go to the Roblox settings. So make sure your camera movement is default classic, which really isn't hard to check. Just press pause Go to settings and it should be default classic, just like that. But make sure your camera sensitivity is 0.2. Make sure your graphics mode is on manual and at the lowest setting. And then make sure your UI navigation toggle is turned on. Make sure everything else below is turned off. And make sure your voice chat isn't enabled. Probably the most important part is making sure that your shift lock is disabled. Now you're done with that, and just make sure your chat box is closed. You shouldn't have it open. Now moving on to the animated adventure settings, we're gonna go over here to the bottom left. We're gonna make sure smooth lighting and disabled textures are turned off, and we're gonna make sure depth of field is turned on. So now what we're gonna want to do is just go into a game really quickly, that way we can edit the settings as well. Now that we're in the game, just make sure to go to the bottom left, click the gear icon, and this is where we're gonna start with the new settings. So make sure show unit health is off, make sure show damage is off, make sure show overheads is off, and make sure hide damage modifiers is on. So it should be 3 off and the last one is on. Now as you scroll down, you should go to gameplay. Make sure that auto skip waves is on or off, doesn't really matter. Make sure disable auto open upgrade UI is off, and make sure show upgrade UI on left is turned on. Now when you scroll down and go to effects, make sure that all of these are on. Low graphics, disable kill effects, disable other players effects, and disable attack effects. Make sure all 4 of them are on. And again, you scroll down and make sure smooth lighting and textures are off, and depth of field is on. Now once you do that, you should be ready to go back to lobby and go and join your private server again. Alright, so now that we're back in the lobby, just make sure you go over your settings again, because sometimes I do mess up and forget to turn on or turn off something, so just do that just in case you also have bad memory like me. And make sure your movement mode is on default keyboard. Don't change it to anything else, it should stay default keyboard. Okay, so now I'm going to teach you guys how to do your own config or add a config. So in order to make your own config, it's going to be depending on which map you're doing. I'm going to be going over the winter event because it is the easiest. So in order to do a winter config, the coordinates don't really matter. So I recommend making a team. The team I'm going to be using is right here. You don't need this specific team. You could use whatever team you want to make, but this is the team that I use. So this is what I'm going to be using. So what I'm going to want to do first is place a farm. So almost going to be my 6th slot. Placement type to farm. And I want to upgrade her to, let's say, upgrade 3. So we're going to put upgrade 3. And the coordinates are going to be 1, 1. Your coordinates can be anything, just if you're going to go back and upgrade that single unit, you want to make sure that you have those coordinates memorized. So now that I have my Bulma placed and she gets upgrade 3, what I'm going to want to place next is my unique dark mage, which is in my 1st slot. He's a hybrid unit, so I can place him on a hill or a ground, but I'm going to leave him placed on the ground. And I want to upgrade him to, let's say, upgrade 4. So I'm going to put upgrade 4. And I want to place him on coordinate 2, 2. Remember, the coordinates don't matter as long as you have it memorized, so that way when you go back to upgrade that same unit, you can upgrade it without upgrading a different unit on accident. So now I'm going to go ahead and go back to my farm and max it. So my farm is in my 6th slot. She's a farm unit, and I'm going to scroll down and click max. And this is where the coordinates come in play. I put her coordinates as 1, 1. So the coordinates I'm going to put are 1, 1 because I'm going to max her. Now I want to select my dark mage again and max him. So he's going to be in my 1st slot. He's a ground placement. I want to max him, so I'm going to scroll down and click max. And the coordinates I put for him are 2, 2. So I'm going to put 2, 2. That's pretty much the gist of it. It's really not that hard. I hope that explained it well enough. If you still have another question, make sure to let me know in the comment and I'll help you out. But really all you need to do is just place the unit on a random coordinate. It doesn't have to be 1, 1, 2, 2 specifically. It could be like 20 and like 20 or something. Again, the coordinate really does not matter, as long as you remember that coordinate if you want to go back and upgrade that unit again. Now I'm going to teach you guys how to download and add a config into your macro. So what you want to do is go to the Discord and scroll down to where it says AA config. Down here it's going to show you a lot of different configs that other people made or that other people are requesting to be made. I'm going to be looking for a config that works for me, so I'm going to click winter because I want a winter config. And now I'm going to be looking around for one that says 1 unique, which is this one. So this one says winter event solo when unique. I'm going to click it and I'm going to press the up button, and it is going to show me all the text files that I need. So this is the team that he used, so I'm going to be basing my team off this. Obviously, I'm not going to be using this config when I can make my own, so I'm just going to show you guys how to download it. So he has 3 different files here, and you might be asking why there's 3. Well, one of them is the text file for the units that are going to be placed, like this one. And this is the one you're going to want to select. So in order to add your own config, all you have to do is click download. And it should download on your browser. Now once it downloads, just go to the file location and you can exit out of the browser and minimize. So now that it's downloaded, I have it saved. So I'm just going to make sure to double click on Foremost Macro again. Go into the folder, and this time you're going to want to go into settings, go into raid settings, and the one I downloaded was for winter event. So what you're going to want to do is delete the current file called winter event. Make sure you delete that, and then you're going to have to open another folder, or if you have it on your desktop, that's even better. If you don't, just open another folder, go to downloads, and make sure that winter event config, drag it in and drop it into the raid settings. So now that you did that, you should be able to go back again and open your config, and if you go into the winter event, it should have your settings automatically typed in for you. Now the next step is going to be adding a card priority config for your raid. So what you're going to want to do is double click settings, go into raid, go into winter event settings, and over here is going to be the card priority. So a lot of people have different card priorities. There's easy ones, there's hard ones, there's medium ones. I personally like going for the easy ones because I'm still trying to get portals. So I'm going to download this one, and it should open up my browser and download. Now that it's downloaded, it's the exact same thing as we did before. So you're going to want to delete the current card priority that's in the winter event settings and drag and drop the current card priority into it. You're basically just replacing the file. So once you replace the file, you can go back again, and you can double click main, and it should be working perfectly. You can also make your own file, which it isn't that hard. I'll go ahead and show you how to do it real quickly. So again, go to settings, go to winter event settings, double click card priority, and here's your current card priority. So this one you could change around to however you want. So we're going to remove all the numbers, and we're going to make a really easy card priority. So I have everything filled out now. So in order to save the file, just click file and click save. And now it should have been saved. So now you could exit out and go back again, and double click main. Now you have downloaded a config or made your own config and have your own card priority selector. And remember, this is just for winter event. If you want to do a Halloween event, it's also the same thing. You just have to find the Halloween config or make your own Halloween config. And for different story modes, such as the Dynamic Raid or the Rain Village Raid or maybe a story map, it's pretty self-explanatory. So what you're going to want to do is click it, and over here it'll say you could select the coordinates. So once you select the coordinates, it should show you a map and how it's going to look. There are 2 different spawns for Rain Village for the legend stage, so I recommend placing over here where it's empty. So let's say I want to place my first unit and I want to max him out, and I want to place him right here. Just make sure you right click it in the area that you want to place it, and it's really easy from there. It's really not that hard. If you guys have any questions, just make sure to leave it in the comment section below. I tried to explain it the best I can. I might be forgetting a couple things. Again, if you need help with macro settings, a lot of people are here to help. They help quite a bit, and they're very quick to answer. So the last thing I want to go over before the video ends is webhooks. Webhooks are really useful because you don't have to be checking on the game. You could check it on your phone because it will send you a Discord attachment with a screenshot of when you win or lose. So in order to enable webhook, just go to the bottom right here and click enable webhook. Then you're going to need a webhook URL and a Discord user ID. In order to get these, you have to make sure you have your own server. And once you make your own server, you're going to go over here. You're going to have to click edit channel and go over here to integrations. Once you get an integration, you're going to click webhooks and you're going to create new webhook. And you can name it whatever you want or give it its own profile picture, it doesn't really matter. Now once you have your webhook, all you have to do is copy webhook URL and you're going to paste it into here. Now for your Discord user ID, all you have to do is escape, click your profile again, and just click more and copy user ID. Now just go back over here to Discord user ID and paste it in there and click save. If you want to test it, all you have to do is click test. I don't have my Roblox open, so it's not going to work. But just make sure you click test with your Roblox open and it should send you a screenshot of your screen. Now that's going to be it. If you have any comments, questions, or concerns, just leave it in the comment section below and I'll make sure to answer all the comments. I do check them on a regular basis and I'll try and answer or respond as quickly as I can. Also join the Discord because there's a lot of people willing to help you. And yeah, that's going to be it.